It's time, my friends, for another live stream here on the twitch.tv/theXisuma, playing the Create in creative mode, which has been amazing fun so far. And I've noticed that there's been things happening here, there, and everywhere because I think I've been away from the server for about 6 days. And so much has been going on. We're going to have a little tour in a minute. I've also got some fresh decaf coffee that's been sort of sitting there, losing its temperature as I've been getting ready. So I'm going to drink that in a moment as people tune in. Lucaro, Armored Monkey, The Cheese Eater, Spooky Dokie, Bear, Winnie T. Ford, thank you for the bananas in chat. Lets me know that we're live. What we're going to do today is work on contraptioning, basically, and the interiors of this area, which has been immensely fun to do. I think the way to approach it is probably to come all the way back over here to the start, like the unloading area, and get things animating and moving. You'll see, though, someone has built me a vehicle. I think it's technically a train, but obviously it looks like a truck for unloading. Super duper cool. No sign on it. I don't know who made this, but thank you so much. It's beautiful. I love the blocks, and the whole thing looks amazing, right? It's also all super glued together, as we can see at the top of the screen. So I'm wondering if it can be maneuvered, but I believe it's a train. And so it needs to be on tracks. Oh! I just turned the wheels! Is it moving? Wait. There were more rails? Oh, I've broken things. That's all that I've done. I've actually just broken... No, wait, there was more rails on one side and not on the other. I confused myself. I broke something or I confused myself. I don't even know. As you can see, things are happening here on the server. And we're going to do a little impromptu tour. First of all, let's drink some of this. Armored Monkey is here for 52 months with the Prime, saying, hey X, I've loved playing on this server with everyone. It is great to see the creative things people do. I look forward to the future projects. Thank you, my dude. I look forward to them too. Oh man. Oh, that's delicious and warm. Also, Calf the Dragon signed up on Patreon. Thank you for signing up, Calf. I'm assuming you're going to come on here and play real soon. That was like 15 minutes before I started streaming. Oh, that's good, that's good. It's actually really hot still. I thought it'd be a little cooler by now. I've drunk like 6 or 7 cups of tea today. I've just been on it when it comes to drinking. What do we got, like a miniature train set here? This looks so funny. That's a really cool way to do things. Oh, that's a good idea. Christmas tree. I love it. I love it. What's over here? Tower funded by Beepup Incorporated. Oh, we got our own incorporated businesses on here now. Wow. The tower looks incredible. As you can see, the insides, things are happening. It's even got a basement. Very dark. Excuse me, mouth burps. Oh, dark basement. Got our villager over here for this amazing building, which now has some even more animation to it. Oh, this is just gorgeous. I love it. Is that our tea and our hot chocolate? Potentially. Dang, this looks so good. This looks so good. Ooh, love it. Oh my god, it slides! I did not know! Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Okay then. These are all new buildings. I'm loving the way it's coming together. We've got all this space in the middle to have like a communal area. Very nice buildings. Terrific exteriors. This up here, this copper roof. I feel like they're sort of saying our textures are better than yours to Mojang, but I think I like those Mojang textures more. I don't know, these seem very buildable with too for copper. So yeah, awesome stuff going on there. This has expanded a touch, I think. Not too much more going on over here. Feels like there's a few extra bits. And then, oh my god, so much has been done. So this is what happens when you go away for a week. That's looking amazing. The animations, like you don't spot them as much from afar. I wonder if that thing occasionally goes up and down. What's in the... Hey, no, I want to look in the... Okay, there's nothing in the chest. Wonder if it can pick that up. Very cool. Ooh, I recognize something here. Yeah, I feel like if I press that, I'll go places. I'm going places! This is cool. Hey, thank you, Noises, to let me know. Can I send it back down? Or is that to cool it? That just sends it back down. Ooh, this is amazing, this is amazing. Obviously a WIP, right? But an incredible one at that. And then this through the middle, genius, just to let you get to the back area, where there are plans for more big buildings. One that will hook up with... This is like a little train station, isn't it? Oh, I love it. The layout here is coming together. So you might remember that we sort of... Oh my goodness me. we were going to put a wrap on where things were being built. This I immensely approve of. It looks so darn good. It might be an amazing bridge to what we're going to do over there. Not so sure about this with the terrain though. Because that kind of, yeah, that's a bit awkward with the terrain. We'll have to figure something out there. Either way, who knows what they're going to do with it. So a bridge over to that spot. Turtle Burger with a big message saying, "Hey X, do you know how to use command blocks? I'm working on a target ranger create. It counts your score as you hit the targets at the end that score a high score boards, but they are not going to be in order from highest to lowest. The only way I can think of using the scoreboard command is to automatically score to the scoreboard." So describing something like that over chat will always be tricky. I know a fair bit about commands. I also know you don't need to use command blocks to do that stuff. You can use functions and data packs. You've got to get on the wiki. The wiki is a great source for learning. And it kind of helps not to try sometimes to just learn the thing you want to do, but to get your head around the right commands. And I'm pretty sure scoreboards will go in the right direction. You activate a scoreboard that adds a number and then it tracks the value behind the scenes. I think you'll go in the right direction that way. So do that research. Kayono Suki says you got a whole town almost. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping we can get this finished like relatively soon because in January my time's going to be all over the place and Christmas is going to be a bit crazy. So like maybe in less than a week, if all of this were done, we could get together and plan out what's next. Or maybe we do that all anyway and just leave some of this stuff a little bit unfinished for now. Oh my god, look at this! There's a train stop over in this space. And like a little train. Oh, that's so good. So very good. Wow, I feel like we skipped over so much when we flew past here. This is a new building. It's gorgeous. Love the roof. Love the diagonalness of it. And look at that. Look at that texturing. That shading. Really good stuff. These are a couple of new buildings too. Oh my goodness me. This is so cool. Right. Fire trucks are definitely new. Wow. I love how these look next to each other. Very much complementing one another. And I can see the plans for like a build here. Yep, that would definitely feel about right. Gas train station is just magnificent. And then this over here. Wow, they've really been going at it. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Now, I have one comment here. Okay. One comment. Someone, I mean, I don't know who built this. It's their build, but someone needs to come in here with the world edit and maybe just do a little bit of that, right? Break up the texture here and there. This is amazing, though. Like, to just repeat the pattern, change up the glass on the houses a little bit here and there. Yeah, adding in little variations. You could also maybe change the color of some of these here and there as well, because you do see the repetition, but the idea to kind of stagger it upwards and across is really clever. Oh, I just love this. Oh, great use of world edit, basically. Oh, look, the houses at the end here alternate the texture a little bit. That's amazing. The roofs are great. Like a proper it feels so right for this area. Dang. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm seeing so many, like, incredible things today. It's just really exciting. We've really built an industrial town together. X, did you know if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer? That doesn't work over the internet. You have to be with the person in order to push their hand into their face. That's how that one works, okay? Don't try and get that one by me. Maybe you were thinking I would accidentally smack myself in the face. I think we've seen pretty much, you know, everything, but there's a ton of details and little things we probably missed. This is kind of cool. This will probably end up in the... Hey, wait a minute. That's... No, is it? It's not the boat that was there before with more built on top. Anyway, that is an amazing boat build, by the way. And the use of cobwebs at the back there, seriously cool. Look at the anchor. Wow. It's easy to fly by and be like, oh yeah, a boat. And then you look a little closer at it and you're like, wow. Like a lot went into this. There's the boat I was thinking of. So we've got the crane, we've got a floaty boat over here. I think a little bit more, maybe not, a little bit more of this dock area has sort of been done. And you can see the track. Oh, it looks so cute. Look at those little projectile things there. Fascinating. Yeah, this area here I might have skimmed over a little bit as we flew around. Most of these buildings had started. And I think maybe they're just in a bit more of a finished... Oh, that's lovely. I love that there. Cool. Ah! That's great. That's great. A penny farthing, isn't it called? Oh, loving this. Yeah, loving everything here, really. This might be new. Is this one new? I think it is, because it's right next to this. This has changed a little bit, hasn't it? There's now... Yeah, there's now a path going all the way up. Lovely. So I got a lot of work to do to contribute to my part. Oh, and then what is this over here? I don't even know. Oh, let's not forget that there's like sewers and stuff, right? I've probably missed a ton of things underground too. Yeah, it looks like we got like a big sewer network that's been set up. And then there's a city down here. There's now a market area underground. Oh my god. It's shaping up wonderfully. Right, let's get to it. I've done enough gawking for the day. I need to crack on with my build. Vanhar21, thank you ever so much for your 61 months of support. Appreciate it. Thank you. Carl says, as far as she knows, those houses that we saw a moment ago, the rows, are Garth's. Awesome. He's done an amazing job there. Hey X, what do you think of Metallica's new single, Lux Eterna? Says lots of bricks. I like it. It's good, it sounds nice, but it feels, I don't know, it feels like it just lacks, I'm invisible. It feels like it just lacks a little something to like leap out at you. The song kind of like goes through the motions and there isn't like, I don't know. It's just like there's the riffs, the guitar side is great, and the singing, the hook's all decent, but it just feels like as a song it misses some sort of maybe like purpose or something, right? Okay, gotta finish this drink now. Oh, I've left my bottle of water somewhere. That's not good. Oh, excuse me. I'm terrible at this streaming thing. I just spend most of it drinking. There we go. That's all of that done. Lovely. Enjoy a hot drink, I do. So, we are to, today, bring items onto this conveyor belt. Which means that our design will change a little bit here and there, which is absolutely fine. My first thought is we're gonna use this. Nope. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on here that doesn't need to be on here. Yeah, do I want to use it at that height? It honestly feels a little higher up, so we'll probably destroy that and have them here, and that just happens to rotate in the direction that we're looking for. The thing is, that might be a nice little bit of alignment. We actually need it to go a little bit further, don't we? Can I? Yeah, just like that. And then how is this thing supported? I'm not entirely sure. So drag it across like that, and then we have this thing. It's the support in between, really, that I'm after, right? That's it, the wooden casing. Can I get it just to sit? That kind of works. It's not what I wanted, but, uh-oh. Tried to change it. There we go. You have to break the whole thing, basically. And now it's on there, which is not something I actually want. So how do I get you just to be, like, on the one below? Yeah, we'll let it attach itself there and just be okay with it, I think. So similar to that, we now need a bar over here. And again, I think the trick is just going to be to do this. Now that would look aesthetically pleasing, but notice how this isn't rotating. So that's a gearbox. If I do that, this is now going in the opposite direction. And I'm not sure if there's like the equivalent of a flip that also goes to the side. So maybe what we do, put a block above and attach it from the bottom. Block above, attach. When you use it in sentences, I don't know what the it is. Kayleigh says, I want to join, but 1, I'm very new to create. 2, everything I can think of is done, someone is doing. Oh, there's never a shortage of things to do in Minecraft. Believe me. You can always find something to do. You can extend it with a belt and it will turn everything. Yeah, but it's at a different angle, right? Like, that's the issue I'm seeing. Like, I need this here to continue that belt. I mean, I guess I don't actually need that there, but that's the thing that's turning it is the issue. So I'm just probably going to end up with another motor down here. So let's just bypass that. Let's, crack on and build. So somewhere here, those two are going to hook up. And there it is. So you can kind of see our, unloading flow coming together. This will be a motor. And it's going in the correct direction, which is terrific. A spicy snowman. Thank you ever so much for your Prime. Appreciate you using that on me. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I know you may have explained this previously, but why did you not join the Create my server with your Hermitcraft friends? Well, first of all, I can't just, just decide I'm going to join their server, right? That'd be pretty rude. Second of all, I would like to play in creative mode. I can't really play multiple survival worlds. It just doesn't work for me. We've opted for a drop in here, but you don't actually have to do it that way. Ooh, you can do that, which I don't actually want. What we're looking for here... Having trouble clicking in the right places, it would seem. Nope, that's kind of not what I want to do. That would be what I want to do. Then those are actually in the correct spot. Trying not to have this thing feel too messy. Like, if this thing starts there, this could join further back, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So, I think we're going to have it go like that. And then the whole thing will be on this side over here. So our loading bay will just sort of come out to around here, and there'll be a bunch of trucks, right? This double wide thing going on just to make it look a little bit more interesting here. And the mistake that I've made there is that those are actually for something else. That is for that connection. Then we need one here. So I wonder if a gearbox at this point... it can't do both in the right direction, because if we flip it, then that'll go in the wrong direction. I need a little... one block connector there that goes in the right direction. I think what we'll do is we'll do this, and we'll power all of this from somewhere a little bit hidden, let's say. I don't think I have the means to hide this very well, do I? Unless I decide, like, there's some raised up structure here. Because then I'll just be hiding another motor at this point. What's behind that? That's a better place to put it if I want it hidden. Okay, so now we can do away with that, and maybe this thing just goes there. Or if we look at the way this is rotating, it can all be powered at one spot. Doesn't look as pretty when you got too many of them stacked around together, right? But when we put other blocks around, I think it will work out. Now, what way is that one turning? It's turning the wrong way, but if I put the gearbox here, it should flip it. Aha! So we got the means for a little something or other to go there. I like that. That's honestly, it's like taking up a lot of space, right? So I think what we might do is on the second one, let's go for a single and keep this over on this side. The whole thing's going to be like way simpler. So there's more like room to maneuver around it, I think is the way to go here. Got messages in chat. Jano says, put a block above it and attach it from the bottom. Again, with the its, right? Like, I have no idea what it is. You have to say what it is in order for me to know what you're talking about. I assume by it, you mean the casing at the railing. Well, I know, assumptions. I don't know. Grimmy the Beard says, you can also alter the look of the belt with colour and by right-clicking with the various casting types. Ooh. Casing, casting, I said. Casing, yes. Forgot about that thing. Since this is like a big master belt, I am really liking that. Now what I will say is it feels like it needs a little structure here and there. Can that thing be kind of hidden? I don't think so. But if we look at what we did here, a little bit of consistency can go a long way. We'll use some of this again. I like it. Yeah, not so sure about the casing down here though. I think actually all you need is like something like that. Maybe maybe one in the middle or a little double bit. That's kind of good. That's kind of good. We also got this thing here. So that needs a different type of casing. It needs that type. Below it. Looking at those details again, we enjoyed putting some scaffolding around these. So this one though you can't middle click. You gotta grab it like so. Grab it like a rabbit. Huh. That's not gonna even have anything on that side, right? So again, trapdoors. Looking pretty funky. I think actually I might just leave the trapdoors at the back there. So with this being like a pretty sort of confined, hazardous space, yeah, I feel like something like that's going to be kind of important. Then we need to get out our axe and use a little bit of world edit down the bottom here. I can feel it coming, the world edit. Create adds metal girders that look amazing. X is Grimmy the Bard. Yes, we've been using those. Can't quite get to the bit that I really want to get to. So from there to at least here, we need a material. Let's just go with. Let's just use mud, right? That's the wrong mud. Actually, we might end up using a lot of that sort of material out here in the yard, right? Could be a good decision. Like, we would also mix mud with other materials. I'm wondering what other materials we would mix it with. Probably cobbled. Deep slate. Ah. We won't go too ham in that direction, but we've certainly sussed out some more aesthetic for the area. Oh, and then it would mix very well with the basalt that we have around the edges, right? Like, no issues there. I'm looking forward to decorating this area now that we got that sussed out. That makes my life a little easier. So then what about when we get to this spot here? Like, this base material is not really making too much sense. Like, you want more of this. Probably a bit of spruce if you really wanted to get into the detail, right? And weather things up. Maybe we'll put casing there, actually. Couple of bits of it, just adds more shape, more stuff going on. Let's get a little lantern in here, you know? Got to remember that lighting is currently being provided by these things. This might be a good opportunity to hang some chains. The issue is, these are too wide. You always like to hang something centrally, right? Servant Frost says, "Hey X, loved your Xisuma says video earlier." Thank you, my dude. I appreciate that. When it comes to those videos, I just hope that people take the discussion on good faith. Sometimes I go read my comments and I feel like, this is like the worst possible interpretation of what I said. So I'm not gonna read the comments. I think I've had a bad time with reading comments of that. Anything like slightly, potentially, air quotes, controversial, I'm just like, oh man, like, too often, I feel like social media it can bring out the worst of us. It will get us to have that hot take, right? And, you know, maybe it's not even the intention of the person with a hot take for it to be like that, but that's how it comes out. I imagine if I comment, if I try to imagine my comments as coming out like that and then thinking how I can improve them. But, you know, you talk about something that's topical and difficult, and you just see the sort of sharp, witty talking points come out, and all the nuance and all the room for discussion kind of disappears. So, you know, when I do topics like that, I like to see comments where people are really engaged with the topic and they like respond with some thoughts and some expansion on some of the ideas expressed or whatever. Like, you can get a feel for it. You get a feel for like, this person's kind of like engaged with the conversation. But then you can also get comments where it just feels like, you know, it hasn't really been about that. It's about you're wrong, I'm right. And being the one talking, it will probably a lot of the time sound like, ooh, yeah, that looks great. It might sound a lot of the time like I'm just, you know, waffling on as if I'm right. But, you know, if I'm talking with someone else, I'd like to talk with them and, like, understand where they're coming from. But I just don't really have those sorts of opportunities, right? Like, I like to listen too. But y'all just hear me in my little environment. So I typing in dark instead of black then? That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. We'll use these colours around the place. So you see how we done it here? We kind of got to follow form a little bit. Yeah, following form is exactly what we've got to do. So let's get. See, this doesn't have a hook up to the shaft. It really needs a hook up to the shaft. For some reason, I've still got cogwheels on this hotbar. Anyway, it's really difficult to like waffle about what I was just saying when also doing what I'm doing. How do you feel about rhetoric as a form of art? I don't quite know what you mean, because rhetoric sounds like something that's like maybe a little incompatible with how those overlap in my head when I first hear it. I think it's people get courageous behind a keyboard because they can say what they want to and have not to face the person they're talking to. There is definitely an element of that, no doubt. But I think it's something about the way typing out a comment is when someone's not there. I mean, maybe I'm just saying what you said, right? But like I read yours as slightly different. I think this stops it from working. Or did I put it the wrong way around? There you go. Now it's on the wrong side. Yeah, that doesn't work. I think it's just a case of like you lose a little bit of the, let's say, humanity. And I think it's really important that we have humanity when we talk about these things, because like the negative feeling that I get, because I'm very aware that I can get that feeling, it's not healthy really for that kind of environment and that kind of discussion. It's what makes us put our backs up against hearing other points of view. So if someone comes along with like a different take on what I'm talking about, often it just gets expressed due to the nature of this online discourse in this way that feels like it feels personal. And that doesn't mean that it is. You're lacking that tone. Like I'm saying it could be my problem on my end, right? Like I could just be misunderstanding, which is not a crime, is it? It's not a crime to misunderstand, but it's an issue of communication. And so social media just seems to kind of like bring out the worst of these communications, at least in my mind. Should we give this casing thing a go over here with like this dark one? Can I? Oh, you're not gonna let me just swap it over? That feels so rotten. Oh well, we'll start again. Because look, we lose all of that now. Yeah, so we want that. Then we're gonna try the... Oh, maybe it's because it doesn't actually work the same way. Why am I now thinking that there's only one... Oh, that emits light. Right, so we only have two choices here. So for the loading side, let's go ahead and just make it this material. Thinking that might look better just stacked like this until you get to there. Like, as I just look, I just know details, and they take so long, details. It's part of what this is about, right? Like, I need to use that more. But we need more ways to link those things together. I'm looking forward to doing some more development on that mod. I've not done something for a minute, kind of waiting for TR7 to get back to me and be like, right, here's the next phase, and then we'll continue working on it again. It's another creative avenue I really enjoy, is just looking at problem solving with mods. Anyway, oh god, I waffled, didn't I? I haven't looked at my chat for a second. Do you feel that social media has made communication unnecessarily complex, says Jake Heck Mango? Maybe what it's done is it's made it too simple. I don't think complexity is what it's done. I just think it's... Like, there's a lot of good that social media can do and does. Certain types of information are incredibly valuable thanks to social media. It does have its good use cases. But in Discord about, I don't know, politic adjacent things, it quickly just becomes a little too ugly or easy to interpret things in a negative light. And that I'm not so keen on. I feel like X can just become a breakfast shop with all the waffling, says Complex. Isn't it just? That's what I am. I'm a breakfast shop now. You can come here and get your waffles. So, I feel like a little bit of this over here wouldn't go amiss. Let's just use the old stack command. Except not there. Yeah, it really kind of separates the two areas. It's got a different aesthetic to the wood that we were previously using. But I like the way it all lines up. Now, over in this spot, do you remember we were doing something with the casing a second ago? We need to bring that over to here, I think. Yeah, now it sits on top of the ground, which is really important. We need all of this right here. Yep, all of that's necessary, if you ask me. Tidies up things real nice. Real nice looking. Yeah, this is gonna be good fun to do the outside area here. XU would make a great developer in an alternative timeline. Thank you for that. I do feel like my creativity extends to certain developmental type things. I love looking at problems and finding solutions, and I've been doing that a little bit vicariously through working with people who do mods. Suggesting ideas and making these fort videos has been a little bit like that too. I'd like to make that there look like a control panel of sorts, and I remember this block right here. And I've managed to put that the wrong way. It's a shame we can't get the actual like controls on display here. It's like an extension of that, isn't it? But hey, that looks kind of good as a little detail. I feel like this staircase probably needs to go... Maybe needs to go in the other direction. Maybe needs to go like this. Anyway, we are certainly like putting a lot into just like I haven't really got to the actual contraptioning yet of all this. It's crazy. I think we're just gonna do this bit and then leave the other bit alone. So this bit's being kind of shut off, which I think is fine. Just go ahead and put that on this side. And it feels to me like what you would do over here is just have like rows of scaffolding that's like actually storage for stuff. And maybe not too much. Maybe some shelves with things on, like in the similar area. Not sure exactly what they're going to hold, but this is essentially storage. And that looks really good there. Not so much there. Can't quite get it to place the way I want. What am I doing wrong here? Why won't it rotate like the way that I want? What am I... Oh, there you go. No, wait, that's not the way. That's the way that I wanted. There we go, we get there in the end. Confusing myself, that's all I'm doing. It's a shame that doesn't connect to those. Anyway, I think leaving that like so is pretty good. Does that align almost... Oh, look at that. There you go, that's pretty good. Ha! Gotcha. Nice little details. They don't really do much, but it's just good to have them in here. Then what we need now is things that go on here, so that should be pretty easy because it's storage, so we just kind of get to throw things down that have texture and whatnot. Got one of those going on here. Got a few of those. Oh no, can't place them. What's this thing? We've got one. See what I mean? Nice and easy now. What else? What else? Cuplex says, I put light blocks in the town hall chest. Oh, we will go have a look at that. We'll take a seat. A train station, maybe? I don't know. A mechanical arm. God, oh, dang. I've totally forgotten about that thing. We'll have a couple of them sitting here in storage, I think. Or maybe put that... Oh, yeah. Put those up there. Can they be rotated, or are they always going to face... I think they always face that way. I think you can also dye those, right? Because I've seen different coloured ones. Yeah, there you go. Let's have a hand crank lying around. Maybe some of this other coloured stuff too. Couple of hand cranks, can they be rotated? I'll put it there then. Looks kind of alright, doesn't it? Just need a few more things lying around. Display link, that looks kind of... Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I'll leave it there. Then that thing up on the wall. Just leaving a few of those like high around, they kind of look like they're little security things going on, right? Oh, and then there's probably all sorts of other little blocks that could just have a little place somewhere here, somewhere there, right? Crafting blueprint. A toolbox, gonna leave that lying around. We've got a bell and a haunted bell, goodness me. An analog lever. Would those things go up there? They usually go... Oh! See, look at that. It doesn't have to make sense, it just has to be there. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, it just adds so much to this room now. There's so much going on. Like a lever for the door, of course. Maybe one over here. Toolbox. I feel like that should go on a ledge. That did not pick block very well. A little toolbox there, yeah. So that area is shaped up really nicely now. Then for this thing here, we need a colour for it. I think we might go with the grey. Or maybe I think I might leave it default. Yeah, I think I'll leave it default now. So, I think what I might do is create some sort of clock that puts wood on here every so often, right? And then we'll have like a wood log thing lying around. So like if I... Now, somewhere on the server I could set up a command block clock and then this thing could run off of that clock. But I think what I'll do is just do it with redstone for now. Teddy Legend Gaming, thank you for the raid. Welcome all the raiders. Appreciate it. We're playing creatively over here and in create mode, in creative mode. Gonna set up a little bit of underground redstone next. So yeah, like down under here, we essentially want to summon an item that is, let's say everything coming in is just, actually no, we'll mix it up. We'll be like oak underscore log. That is not correct, is it? Let me drag up a tool to verify that. Okay, oh no, wait, what am I... Yeah, no, summon. Okay, I'm doing the wrong thing. Summon an item. And then you've got to set the type, which is oak log. Okay, yeah, that's significantly a bit different than I thought it would be. So it's going to put it 2 blocks up, right? So down here, let's make our redstone with some bedrock. You see some bedrock? Good idea to leave it alone. Yeah, there you go. Except I kind of want 2 of those. Did that one? Yeah, it's got that too. Then we need a nice slow clock. Tells you the delay at the top, that's awesome. Now, is that going to be too fast? I think it is. I think we'd like them to come in at a way slower rate than that. bedrock's quite a nice building texture, isn't it? Uh-huh. It could even be part of the floor around here, couldn't it? So yeah, now the oak comes in, but like obviously it's going to get compressed a little bit here. Oh, look at that. Now, do we let it do that and have like extra contraptionage here, or do we go ahead and put in one of these? I think you need a... Yeah, I think you need that on the end. So this one will need it too. They actually look great. The brass one will probably be a little more fitting. Maybe we'll put these up here and swap it around. The brass one's basically a filter, if I remember correctly. Please don't pop off the whole thing. It doesn't, thank goodness. Right, so we've sussed that out, right? What I could even do is I could have used absolute coordinates and then just had a bunch of command blocks like somewhere else, right? Hey, we've got a horsey. Somewhere else. And have it all bring it up here. So anyway, we're doing it this way. So down at this level, same thing again. Except I don't have our bedrock. But now I do. So this one's only doing one, but it's potentially even slower. Not really sure how many repeaters we put in last time. Making sure they're all set correctly, and So it's going to come in this way too. So now we're going to have like a whole bunch of them coming along, and then it's all going to go wrong over here, as you can see. Can I pick these up? I think you have to have an empty hand, maybe? Ooh, yeah, look at that. Like, can't even pick it up when it's the same type of block, so that's going to potentially be a little bit of a problem. Then over here, it's actually just falling down. This is where we need another one of those, except this time we'll use that. So that'll drop it straight down. That was just a detail that we were looking at. I think we've got to look at making this a little bit more compact. So the first thing that we do is we sort of turn it into the stripped one, I think, is what we're looking at. Now, I think it might be more fun to put in a mechanical arm somewhere around here, but we've got to think, like, what are the different ways that we can process this? So chat, I now need your help. You have my attention. Okay, I'm looking at chat, and we need some ideas, because there's multiple things that you could do, like some crafting. I know there's a crafting setup. So like we need to figure out what we're gonna do. This thing can interact with the crafting setup, which I think is similar to that display board, but it's not the display board. There's something here where you put a bunch of blocks together and then you tell the mechanical arm to interact with it. Brass tunnels to split into multiple belt lines. Oh yeah. That's the thing we could do. I need to figure out like why though, right? That's why I'm trying to look at the potential things. I forget what it is. Use deployers to apply brass and andesite alloys to the strip logs to get casings. That's interesting. So we produce casings here. And I could just have the alloys sort of shimmied in as if they're coming out of some other place or something, right? We could have a chute that drops alloys down, so we'd make use of that. Gonna need to use the command block again, though. Use deployers to apply brass and andesite alloys. Okay, so let's see what the deployer is. Is it the pokey thing? That's not the one I was thinking of. The depot might be used here. I'm thinking of something where, like, you have a wall of blocks that slide them together. I forget what they're called. I just can't see it anywhere. I know it's the thing. I'm not making something up. Mechanical crafter, people are saying. Okay, so let's type in that. Yeah, I wouldn't have recognised that block. That's the one though. So if we can get a mechanical arm to put the things that we need into there. What is the recipe? I actually need a crafting bench. Not a crafting. It's a table now, isn't it? Once upon a time. Now, can we see casing? Yeah. No? Who's online, by the way? I think we have one more person log in today. Let's see. No. I do not know. Wait, do I have to maybe go... like, create... star? Is there an equivalent for that? So, like, what happens when I type in casing? Okay, what is the type of casing? It's andesite casing. So what happens when I type in... I think... oh, no, it's not there. Let's go back to that. I don't know. You have to physically right-click a stripped log with an alloy. So that's why I was being told to... oh my god. To use the other thing. Hello? There we go. Fauna Fearless, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for subscribing. Casings can't be crafted. Right, got it. Okay. So... what will we use the mechanical arm for? Maybe we can siphon some off with the mechanical arm, or... I think we can, like, use the mechanical arm to possibly split things. I don't know. I like the rate at which items are coming in here, though. This looks cool. Everything so far so good, but then we get to this bit and it's like... not sure what to do. Might be a good idea to have backup storage in the form of the crate mod crates, I think they're called. Storage isn't really a thing we need to do here. I just need to figure out, like, how to process this stuff. It's really weird because when I played it in survival, you were given, like, these, like, you know, you had a goal. Whereas now we don't really have a goal. We're just sort of here, trying to make one, and it's hard to picture, like, what that's going to look like. Maybe we use the mechanical arm to pass items over a gap or something. But the plan was to go up here so they could drop. Maybe the mechanical arm is here, and the depot that the items land on. So from there, if we can just get it, like, over here somewhere, right? Mechanical arm puts it onto this belt, that takes it all the way across. Something like that. I think that could work. And then there wouldn't be much going on here. So, like, maybe this would be a spot to use this, but then all we would have is casings. And casings don't craft into anything else, do they? So we could craft crafting benches if these were turned into planks. Learning is still a goal, says Astro Kitties. Oh, absolutely, always. It's just... I don't know quite what order to do things in. Like, what are we trying to do here? Because I could turn those into planks with another one of these, but then we're doing the same thing twice. Casings craft into a bunch of... do they now? That's good. What can I use a casing for? Like a gearbox, I guess? Let's have a look. Because I did type in that and then saw... Right, so that will require me having... two little infinite things, right? Like, now I'm thinking we should have unloaded multiple items here had I known. But, you know, we're just having fun creating a cool looking factory. It doesn't have to be perfect. So so it won't be. So okay, so we take the alloy. This is going to be somewhere. And if I understand it correctly, we need to use this poke thing. Where is it? It's a hand. Comes out of one of these blocks. Oh yeah, the chute might be the way in which we deliver this thing. We've got to ponder this. Yep. You put a hoe in it and it will hoe the land. Yeah, there's so many things to remember, right? Okay. That might be the better way to do it. Do that. Oh, so we would... Right, we would want to process what we got first. Okay, that looks like what we want to do with this other material. Okay, controlling it with redstone, not really a thing we're trying to do. So how does this work? How does this work in terms of creating the alloy? Like, there's no actual recipe here, right? You've shown an example, but not the recipe. So we can take the... whatever came before the andesite... I can't talk. The andesite alloy, I believe. And then have it mashed into the next thing. Unless that's not how it works. Or have the alloy do something. What are we doing? Hold W over the casings. Okay. Does this show me how they're made? This is use. Yep, we know how to do that, and that's it. Comfy reading. Those look like a different shape there, don't they? How do we... Oh, associated entries. Think back. This is certainly a useful way to navigate and learn about things. You can cheat and use a creative crate that provides the alloy. Ah, that's what someone said by use the crate. They said to store items though, not to give them. Right click with a strip log with an alloy, which will automate with poke. Ah, I see. So we could literally get that going right here. Thank you, Cuplex. So the alloy is actually just... Wait, hang on. This now sounds a little confusing. So I can't put the alloy into this thing unless... Ah, that's the way. Okay. Do it quick and dirty. We'll have... have that. Or is that one too high? No, I'm being a wally. I see the error of my ways. Goes in from the side. Possibly the wrong side? What else could I be missing? Is it actually like too close? I seem to remember something quirky like that where you place this block above but it actually needs like an air gap. So it could be that it needs to go here. Yep, that seems to be it. So then, now we need the alloy. Artificial intelligence, brilliant. Let's put the alloy in its hands. And that doesn't seem to do anything. Deployer needs to be a block up. So we need a deployer below it. No, wait, that's the deployer. Do we need a depot below it? It showed us doing it on the belt. So Cuplex says we've got to clear the line of logs. This is not working, is it? How did I just get packed mud out of thin air? Oh yeah, it selects from your inventory. I forgot about that. This feels like a losing battle. We haven't got one yet. I need to nip to the loo, peeps. So I'm going to do just that. I'll be right back. Got to press the be right back button. Hey, did you see that on the screen? Soulside Eclipse. That's my music. You should go check it out on Spotify. I'm adjusting the desk, by the way. Time for some standage. The official word. The deployer looks one block too high up, says Fauna Fearless. Doesn't it just? Doesn't it just? Right, I've got some ideas here now that we're back at it. So this thing's going to... yeah, like that. Now I think what I want to do is turn that up a bit. Just so it can keep up with the belt here. Alright, there we go. Hey, look! Right, but now it ran out, interestingly. It ran out of the alloy, so... what gives it alloy? You need a chute and a chest with the andesite alloys inside. Aha, okay, cool. A chute, and then a creative... wasn't it a create? A crate. Oh my god. Creative crate. Cool. Then we need the alloy, right? So I've got an idea here. I'm pretty sure you can do something that... like, is it okay that it just comes out of the ceiling? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that's okay. What happens if I put that there? I don't know. Cool. Can I put glass? I seem to remember there being like a glass window thing to this. Wrench it. Thank you, Cuplex. Absolutely, look at that. Now you can see that's about as much as we can do. You can see those items in there. Not that I don't think anyone's really going to pay that much attention at that level. Also, can the chute... no, the chute doesn't point in from the side. So we've obviously got like the foundations of something potentially quite industrial looking here. That, you know, that looks like a solid connection. It could also do this over to here, which maybe not so solid. Then it looks a bit off to the side. Okay, so then this thing, I think we're going to put on that side. Take our shaft. Right, and then I want to speed that up. There's a problem with that. Got a block in the way. Can I do... I can't do it in that. There we go. Huh. And we'll, you know, hide that somewhat, or maybe even get it to run off of another motor at some point. So that should now do that thing. Should do that thing, shouldn't it? Yes, okay. Right, up here those go the wrong direction, which is unfortunate. It's because we attached it to the same one, which we kind of really want to keep, right? It's so cool that it's attached like that, so... I don't quite know what to do with that then. Anyway, this is definitely a cool animation. I think things are sort of relatively okay spaced out. I'll have to make that look a little bit more interesting. This whole corner bit will get sorted out. I'm noticing how, like, there's this big open space that would probably be filled in. So let's go ahead and create. I think it's cut lime. It's actually not. It's just regular limestone, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. I kind of liked it when it was hovering over it. It felt like... I don't know. It felt to me like... Okay, let's undo. It felt to me like it had more of this like open feel to it. What if we went and grabbed this stuff, right? And then the area down below has like a connection to this. Ornate window. Bit on the ugly side, really, isn't it? I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe if it was sectioned off a little more. I don't see that working. So we'll just go back to that. Yeah, the fact that it was open, I don't know, it kind of added something. Or maybe there's another block. I don't know quite what to go with there. Like another mesh gridded block that could act as a bit of a roof, but yeah, I guess it needs to be there, right? So the way we build stuff now is going to be all a little bit different. Yeah, I want to make use of this bar over here again, right? It's only been used the once. Now, maybe here? Like, what are we doing next? Weren't we going to craft this into something else? Like, maybe we have iron nuggets coming down from a chute, the same way we got this thing going on here. So the iron nuggets come from over on this side. Okay, I think I'm going to use a little bit of night vision again. So I don't want to overuse this. But from here, yeah, we can have another connection. Now that that's annoying. The other issue is that this one will be motored to that point. So then it will have to drop down here, essentially. Now we need those little create details. We've got a noise in the ear. It's Icky Sticky Icky. Or sorry, Licky Sticky Icky. Thank you so much for your support, dude. 39 months! Incredible right there. Appreciate ya. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like, what way do I click on this to get it to go the right way, you know? Like, apparently underneath would be the one. So yeah, another one of these over here. Connecting to that spot. I like the way it pops off. I mean, if that's going to be consistent, right? So, like, depot here, depot there. And it looks like they will land on it that way. I don't know if it's consistent or not. Looks like it's not, like, it has one item on it at a time. But we'll mess around with that. So, now we need this stuff. And I think this time we'll keep it like extra simple. Because up here, yeah, it's going to be hard to hide this thing. Wait, I'm doing it wrong. Crate, not create. And then some of those suckers go in there. And then let's get a spruce trapdoor up in here. Or just something spruce-like. Dang it, pressed the wrong button. Yeah, so we've got that going on. And then that, yeah, put some, not quite on the depot. Looks like they go closer to the edge. Yeah, I think we'll use the funnels here. Do we want those? I think that's probably the smarter way to do it. This thing is absolutely dumping out the iron nuggets, though. Like to the point where it all slows down up here. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, like now we can have a couple of these in the area, and then this thing over here. So I feel like we should try and do this in a way where it's like big and grand. And I think all we need is 3 items from one, 4 from the other. I don't know quite where it chooses to output, so everything here is going to be a little bit on the experimental side. Let's have them up a little bit higher. Same for the arms. Like so, and then they all need to get powered from somewhere, right? How does this work? Cogs. Oh yeah, we've got a gearbox over here. That could give this continued life, let's say. So we need to give that one power this way and something like that. Yeah, it doesn't quite align. Unless we put them there. Will they turn okay next to each other? I'm hoping they will. Because what we'll do is bring those out and those out. That's not the right one. I'm looking for the vertical. I think it might be that actually, and that's the gearbox. Are we missing the vertical gearbox here? Dang. That looks like it to me. Oh, it is. Well, is that all hooked up? That appears to be hooked up. So now we've got to get this thing down to there, which actually is probably really easy, right? If I just remove these things, and we just grab a belt, it should be a nice little diagonal like that. No, of course it's not. Okay, in which case, we will go ahead and use this stuff. Super handy, that is. Oh no, it still needs to be a vertical one. But I kind of want it to poke that way. Yep. So maybe we keep this thing going all the way down to the ground. We put some casing on the shafts. And then that power can continue to be transferred elsewhere in the factory. But now we've got something at this level. It's not the right level, is it? It needs to be at this level. Okay, so gearbox. Wouldn't that be the right way? That's a vertical gearbox. Okay, weird. Right, is it the prettiest? I'm not sure. But, hey, stuff's happening. So, now what we have to do with the mechanical arm is probably configure it, which I've forgotten how to do. So, let's go ponder. They have to be signed inputs and outputs before they start. Right click, and then... Okay, blue is input, orange is output. I think that's kind of all I need to know right now. Input and output. Oh, wasn't... Deposits, no, takes. So, then deposits items like that. Actually, we could have it doing 2 and 2. Okay, so we've got a problem, which is that I've naffed that up. So, takes items from depot. Actually, if I have it doing 2 and 2, the other one might get out of whack. So, let's just do that. Now, in theory, it should... What did it say at the bottom? It should start doing stuff. That's good to see. This one's got much less work to do. Except I gotta take item from the depot. And I think it was just that one there. Place. So now we got a speed issue. We got one here that kind of wants to go faster, right? Kind of wants to go a lot faster. Maybe we could like hide another engine here. Reduce the footprint of all of this a bit because it's a bit much. All of those work when they're together. Yeah, look at that. The whole thing needs to go probably faster. Right, and then, yeah, then it drops down. So we'd need a belt just here, which I'm not sure if this is like the prettiest place to have a belt or not. Because that could potentially hook up here. So, we need to make this faster. That means we need our cogs. And I think we're just going to rip this apart and try and do this different at the back here. So, if we go from big to small, the smaller is the small... Hang on, let's go that way. Okay, so we had it the right way around. Now, the trick here would then be that the shaft is then attached to a big one, right? Look at that. Oh, actually, I don't need a shaft just yet. So then we need a small one. Ha! Woo, it's moving fast. Hey, look at them. Look at them go. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like the idea of us doing something a little more advanced here now that we got this going on. I just heard an explosion. What the heck? I reckon we should have 3 of these and 4 mechanical arms. I think that would just look like so much fun. And probably place everything a little bit higher. Can we... Okay, here's a question for Cuplex or someone in the know. Can this belt go across and deliver items to these 3? Potentially we could wiggle things around a little bit, but... I know that a brass funnel can sort of put things off so that we could maybe have it, like, drop. Kind of hard to say. Yes, use chutes, says Chaos Dog. I did not expect chutes to be part of the answer, so... Let's say that's all, like, one block. Wait a minute, don't you just run the belt? Like, what happens when you do this? Ah! Right, but now... How do we get this thing to not... Like, the first one can't just take it all the time, right? That's the thing. Chutes and tunnels, you can distribute them easily. Okay, so the tunnel... I know how this thing works. Are we saying that, like, a chute on the side here might be able to connect to that tunnel? How do you get the next one? That's not what I'm trying to do. Here's someone drinking a potion? Cuplex! Cuplex, come on now! Oh, don't be playing shenanigans here. Jeez, caught in the act. Naughty Cuplex. Naughty. So we can... Come on, drink that milk bucket! Actually, this... Oh, it's almost perfect, but like... Can I... Okay, there's other blocks here that might work with this. Can I... Let's see. I know what block I'm looking for. There's just a lot of them. This one down here. Okay, what are we not using on this hotbar right now? Can I put, like, that on the side? Now, see, if it will just drop off like that, then we can put it here, and yes. Now, is it equally doing that? Because I'm seeing a lot of items come out on that side, but not on this one. Doesn't feel very equal at all at this point. Now, why would it not evenly distribute it? You need a tunnel next to it? So I need another one, which I can't seem to place. Now it pops them out on that. It looks like it will split them twice, but not 3 times. I think what I might have to do is make one arm 3 times the speed of the other. Use the brass one and set it to round robin. Ah, okay, that sounds more like something I know how to do. How do I set it to round robin? Filter? No. Ah! Things went wrong. Wrench, maybe? Hello. Round robin. Got it. Got it. Now that on the side of it, I don't think looks right. So we'll go with the brass one. Look at us. We're actually making a contraption. So in theory, it's not doing it, is it? It's not doing. Are they? Why were they popping off before? Because look, there isn't. I don't think there's actually a connection here. For some reason, they were just popping them off. Use the wrench. I don't know. What is Cuplex doing here? Okay. Oh, I see. It looks ugly now, that's the problem. Whoa, 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 easy. Maybe the better way to do it is to just... Hang on a second. Like... That has a smaller footprint. Ah, look at that. Oh, wow. What happens if I put another one here? I can't. You have to put it on top of a belt. Fascinating. Okay. Okay. In theory, I can put this anywhere, right? So maybe what I want to do is have a bunch of these. I kind of want them facing the other direction now. But then they need 3 lots of belts going that way, which with this thing here probably makes it really difficult. So if we just leave this where it is, we are going to need those things there. And then the depots here. So yeah, I think we're going to have to reposition a lot of stuff. I think I'd like that higher up. And one here. So like, where are the... Okay, let's forget this for a second. We can put all this together. How can we get these mechanical arms in a spot where they'll look cool? I don't quite see how that will work yet. I hear a bunch of noises. It's this thing back here all the time. You really need to think so much more with this mod. It's one of those things, though, the more you use it, the better you get at it, right? Like, the alignment of all this stuff and making it look good is a different sort of challenge, I guess. So now we want our arms at this height, but to go from here to there, not sure that makes sense. If this thing were over here, it might, but then you got that in the way. So the alignment of this is perfectly fine. But I guess maybe when you're around here, you'd want it to drop onto that spot, wouldn't you? So maybe if we just get it to that depot there, then we have 4 arms here and this thing on that side, but I kind of love it here. There possibly is... Possibly a way to... You know what? Look at this. Can you like extend? There we go. Like 1, 2, 3 would put 4 of those in a row. Let's get rid of that. So then if I focused on just this bit having connections, now they're all going to drop in the same place. So now what we've got to do is just get that brass bit behind it over here, which is actually kind of like really easy. And then we can build this thing up and make it look good later. So now, if we come over here, I think we got it. I think we got the trick. A little bit of creative thinking. So this... assuming it works like this, right? Like, ooh, I don't like the way they're not connected at the top. Oh, Cuplex. Does it not work this way? Oh, is it going to be mean to me? Because we got it all figured out. I think it's going to be mean to me. There still might be a way to get it, like, semi-equal, which, given how many nuggets are coming through, is probably not going to be a problem. Prefer nearest, randomize, synchronize inputs. I got no idea. I'll let Cuplex do his thing with that one. as we'll ditch this now. Okay. Ah, you can do it like that. Well, remember, we're doing some decorative stuff here too, so... Ooh. That wasn't quite what I was trying to do. It does look good, but I'm going to have the chute come down from up above. Like we did before. Where's my... There it is. Need that thing. Then we need the thing that's always a pain to work with. This thing. That thing. Oh, see, I told you it's a pain to work with. Oh, gosh. Golly gosh darn it. Get rid of the whole thing. I'm just making trouble for myself now. That really was a pain that I did that. Cutlex, I don't know if you fixed this for me, but I've gone and broken it. Yeah, is that okay? I think that's okay. Okay, this thing, the thing that's an absolute pain that just... Ah, see, it did it again! Just caused us a whole bunch of misery because I misclicked. Then we need the chute, and then we need that thing. Let's see if we can middle click it. Yep, we can. And then we just need that trapdoor. Cool. Alright, so the items, Cuplex has done some magic here. They're all lining up wonderfully. And then a few things come out interesting. We don't want them to come out that end, but they will. And apparently a block is all it needs. We'll turn that into a brass block, I think. Alright, wow. So we're kind of good to go again. Except, this is all going to be one block higher. Which I don't really think affects the speed of it much. And then we're going to have 4 arms. All doing a kind of 1-for-1, right? Oh, this is going to be great. Righty J, thank you for using the Amazon Prime subscription. And thank you for your 2 months of support saying whoop. Whoop whoop. Take items, deposit items. Love it. Actually, let's destroy that one. Because we can. So this one went for that. Okay, so I'm going to go for that. This one here will go for that. And then that one will go... Is it the bottom one that I've not done? Then they're sort of mirrored on either side. So, wow. 4 of these little arms have got some business to do now. Now the next question is, like, how do we hook it up? And make it look intelligent and smart. Like I've sussed this thing out somehow. Basically, it needs to take it from over here, doesn't it? So... Best way to do that kind of out of sight might be like this. Gearbox there. And here. And a vertical gearbox. And then we have to just hope it's the right direction. Oh! They're doing things, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it didn't like it. It was like, nope. They're not actually sort of pointing. Okay, we might need the wrench here to do something. Got it. Got it. Cool, they're doing it. Now what we need to do is, like, get those items onto a belt. I think like that. Right, yeah, if we ignore that and just... Hey, where do I want to go here? Like from that height to that height and then here. Yeah, that's fine. So now if I go grab the encased chain drive, I think this can go like so. All the way up to that spot. And then that one is the wrong way around at the bottom. That's the only issue. So I guess, get rid of that. My brain's starting to work a little bit more with this mod now, isn't it? It's starting to get there a bit. I thought for a second that might go the wrong way again. Actually, do I have the belt on here? I don't. So we are no longer doing that thing over here, are we? We've done it over there. So I don't know what the fate of any of this other stuff is, but this thing looks amazing over here. That looks so cool. I got to admit, the other stuff sort of breaks the line of sight with it. Maybe it being lower would have actually been smarter, right? And it does kind of look possible as if you could lower it all by one. Maybe I could do that with a bit of world edit, although it would probably break a ton of stuff. I think I'm just going to leave it like that though, because now we've got to do a bunch of building with like casing around it. So where is the casing? Sometimes it's just easier to do that, isn't it? So that thing holds up those, then we want this one for these. Got to get some things looking similar here. I reckon this is going to look better filled in all the way across. Yep. Okay, let's clear. No. Effect. Clear Xisuma. Pressing all the wrong keys. You know, I switched to a different keyboard a long time ago, and I never quite get my hands to move like they did on the previous keyboard. I sometimes wonder if I should switch back. Isn't that just all I need to do? Yeah. So now, if we go to some lanterns... I like the idea of having some soul lanterns hanging down off of this. And then even... Nah, we'll put it all the way at the end. What was it, that one? So yeah, it's not quite as structurally sound as you might like. But we can add, I guess, like a little bit of that. It'd be nice if those connected. Then it just sort of sits on that edge, so maybe not. Maybe in the middle of this bit. And then you've got these blocks. Which one goes best with that? Probably the dark oak. Gives it a little bit more of a structural feel there. That's quite alright. We've got more to do though. A lot more. Look, we've got all of this over here. And just looking at the pace of this thing, it's clear that we have too many of these logs coming in, right? Why don't we just take one away from over here for now? See how that performs. Shame since the texture of the casings don't connect together, Salukro, isn't it? It is a little bit of a shame. Only a little bit though. So just looking at all of this. Right, that stops because of this thing. So, in theory, it kind of looks like this could go a little bit faster. But how to do that safely, I think would involve... You know, we could just put a different thing on it, right? Like, oh, look at this. Look at where they're popping off. I never finished this, I guess. Oh, and then we got a couple of these left over. Wow, I really feel like I'm half talking a lot at the moment. Starting a sentence, getting distracted. So if we pick up that odd one, I think that's all going good. So this thing really needs to double its speed is kind of what I was saying. And I think the way to do it... Just look at what's going on here. We can almost do something super fancy. Not quite. Where is that connection? It's all the way over there. See, I like that speed, but it's being transferred through this. Because then the mechanical arms will probably move super fast. I guess we could slow it back down again. So let's say we don't make that connection. The issue here is that I can't put a big cog there. So what if I have a belt, and then we put a large cog here. Still looks pretty cool. You got a bunch of cogs going on over here. I think what I'll do is undo that and put that there. Okay, so belt, large cog. That now needs to connect to a small cog to go super fast. Or is that making it go slow again? I forget. I think it's made it go slow again. There you go. So then we have this here. What happened to... There it is, that one. That can come down to, like, I don't know, down here somewhere. See, it could just plug in at that point. Oh, except it's the wrong way around. Or is it? No, I'm getting my bearings all wrong. Now they're going to go super fast, right? Too fast for what we want. I think I might just disconnect them. I think I might just do that. So let's pop that off. So then here, after we've got those belts, we want a big one again. That's crazy fast now. Crazy fast. Okay, and where are we going for the next one? Is that what we want? What's wrong now? This one doesn't turn, does it? So yeah, I might just put this one on a creative engine after all. A little bit on the lame side, but... So we put that there, and then we just have a creative one. Oh my god, let's... There you go. Oh, apparently the explosion was the testing of an end crystal. Right. Yeah, that could go wrong. So that's really just too fast. It just needs to be one lower. And we're being raided! Iskal! Thank you for the raid. Also Tiberian coming in with a resub. And Crappy Toast for 13 months. That was 5 minutes ago. I've been so engrossed. Hey, welcome all the streamers. Look at the love hearts in chat. I appreciate that. That is so many slimy Iskalian hearts. I appreciate it. Rambling PJ, tier 3 subscription, 32 months. My dude, you can join us on this server with a tier 3 subscription. So feel free to jump right in. I am going to wrap up what we are doing here and give you all a tour. We just want this thing to connect over here. I think the way that we're going to do it is we're going to... Oh, look, see, I've lost what I'm working with. Oh, and to all the Iskal's peeps, and Iskal himself, if you're listening, you gotta see this mod that we are using. I'm not talking about the create mod, I'm talking about the item swapper mod. It is fantastico. Whatever mod pack you are playing, you can make it work with that and you will love it. I can't believe I actually haven't messaged Iskal yet about this. Anyway, let's look at that. That's a much better speed now, I think. Then again, aren't these waiting on that to be finished for a moment here? So maybe the speed... Oh, let's forget about it. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let me give you all the grand tour of what we're doing on this server. This is a communal server with my patrons and Twitch subs. The concept is to play in creative mode using create. Oh, Iskal's listening. Excellent. I'll get to it in just a second. Furl, thank you for 12 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. We're playing together so that we can just build, and create a beautiful, gorgeous world. And we're actually playing with like a world border, so we're all really close together. We've got a concept, which is to create a sort of industrial era town, but it's all pretty. And red's a big common part of our block palette. And then we do all the create stuff. We've got trains linking everything together. Here's the train station, and there are just trains running around the server going to all the different stops. So we're trying to create like a an experience that at the end of it all you can come and explore. And here you can see we've got some incredible Victorian era sort of terraces from around the Industrial Revolution, and there's all sorts of things to be found. Boats, mechanical moving things, we got trucks. Over here, the very first thing that we built is that drawbridge, which automatically opens when this boat goes underneath. So this was something I did on the first day here. But yeah, the mod that I want Iskal to know about and want everyone to know about is this. So I press a hotkey and I can instantly switch to a different block type. Now, because I'm on creative mode, it will let me switch to anything I want when I'm building. And if I'm in survival, it will only let me switch to items that are in my inventory or inside of a shulker box in my inventory. This mod also works without a need for it to be on a server, which is a whole interesting thing actually about if that's the good way or not to implement something like that, but it's the way that it's been implemented. By the way, I'm just going to fly around and look at stuff, like there's just so much amazingness going on. So when you're building, you can have these massive build palettes, right? And just quickly switch, oh actually I want that texture. It helps immensely, and we're going to bring more features to the mod in the future too. So there's a tutorial on my channel that will show you how to very easily do this stuff with a mod. So it works with any type of mod. You can simply just put the items you want grouped together in a chest. You can open the chest up and copy the information to a file which you put into a resource pack. So over here we got default create. This is item swapper for create, and then yeah, you open this up, you switch to the thing, right? So in this mod we have loads of crazy different textures, and as you saw, they're just easy to swap through. There's also this middle click ability, and this is where you're going to start to see the real power of this mod. However, we're still fleshing out the idea to make it like very compatible and flexible. But you know, I can do this, but then I can also middle click and I can swap materials this way, right? So you can see how the wooden types have been grouped together, and with this you could have a way to like access a large amount of materials very quickly for your building needs. So another part of this mod pack experience that we're doing together is to actually use this mod and learn about it. And you know, I had an idea earlier in this stream that I'm going to think about a lot. You have this ponder feature here. Oh yeah, I've got to do it from here. But you can also navigate to other things, and it just got me thinking about the interface that we've created. Okay, we've started off with a very minimal, vanilla-friendly approach, but as we expand, we will really refine this into a tool that is powerful. And so maybe what you might want like is not only to be able to navigate here, but maybe over to the left, over to the right, there's other options. Like you could pick an entirely different block type, a recent one, something that's related to your inventory, or something with a similar color tone. And yeah, it just enables you as the player to be building and not have to open inventory, swap blocks. Where's that item? Go over to this chest. Is it there? Is it in this shulker box? It is. Put it down, take the item out, come back over. Oh no, I don't actually like that texture. Let's go put it back, try another one. It's all at your fingertips. You press a button, you get access to all the shapes, you get access to all of this. And so, yeah, that's what we're working on. Now, as for what I'm doing, this is my build that I put a lot of time and effort into. It's based off of an image that was shared in our Discord, actually. And it's supposed to just be like a warehouse that produces stuff. So, I have a lumberyard that's going to be built over here. There's going to be like trees and trucks. They're going to bring the materials over here. And then we have this like loading station to bring the items through. And it's all about aesthetics, really, because we're just building in creative mode. We're just trying to have fun, basically. And yeah, I've been working on this area today, so still got an overload of these blocks. Maybe this bit here could work faster. Right, let's actually try that. And then I think that might speed up a bunch of the belts after it as well, because they're connected. It doesn't seem to make... Does that make that go faster? I think it does, because didn't it just do that one really quick? Yeah, it does, but we will tone that down. Because the issue here is that we're not really using enough at this point anyway. And this was the last thing that you would have seen me doing. So we're trying to get this thing to run like max speed, and it's sort of been tempting to just use one of these creative motors, which I have done for this bit. So what we got to do is just change this slightly, I think. This needs to go one block higher or lower, and then it needs that wheel there, and the small one can go here, and then we need a belt between the two. Anyway, Scout, if you like the mod, you want any help or ideas or anything, you want to talk about it, just let me know on Discord, my dude. I'll hook you up. It'll work with anything from Vault Hunters, is the idea. Yeah, that's definitely working faster. These mechanical arms, they keep going. So I don't know if that then affects the speed of this back here, but we really don't want this back up. But, you know, it was all for aesthetics, and as you can see, we have been doing that. So, right, we are almost 2 hours. Oh, my goodness me, time flies. I think our contraption has to stop here for today. Like, if I get rid of that, they'll just pop onto the floor, so it can keep rolling them out. But yeah, I think when it comes to the rest of this factory, like, I might actually put more storage here, or maybe we build another contraption in the future. But my goal now is to probably, like, start to finish this, and hopefully have the area around us that we're working in finished too. And with all of that, we should be ready soonish to start a new area. I'm hoping we can do it before January, because Christmas is going to be chaos, and then my January is going to be awful. So I probably won't be able to participate in the next area we're going to do that much, now that I think about it out loud. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what people want to do and where it can go, and organize it, and then we're going to do this whole cool, yeah, big communal build together is the idea. Can we see the mod in survival mode, says Freddy B. I can switch to survival mode, and I can try to use it. Now, can you see how there isn't a number count? That is because I don't have... Oh, actually, if we do it that way around, you see, yeah, now you can see there's a number count, right? You see, the inventory just isn't quite well set up for an example in this case, but I can throw items around, right? Then you can see there's those two there, and I can click, oh look, these are the only planks you got. So that's what it looks like in survival, and it reaches into shulker boxes that are in your inventory. So if you've got shulker boxes in there, you know, you can have a whole other level of stuff going on. Right, so decoratively here, you can see I'm not trying to overdo the use of these blocks, but they are going to be pretty common. And then I think we'll fill in all of that with this type. Yeah, so now we want one of these, and we'll keep it the same color actually. And we got another, oh my god, we got an impulse raid. Does this mean I have to do it all over again, peeps? So I've got to explain everything again. We're being double raided today. By the way, Haley Bailey, thank you for gifting a sub to Iskow85. I know Impulse has been checking out this mod that I just explained to everyone. So instead of me repeating myself, can y'all let me know, has Impulse been showing you this mod, or talking about it, or anything like that? I know he had some issues getting started with it. Or more should I say confusion, because there's a warning message if you use it on a multiplayer server. It basically asks for you to get consent from the community, because we don't want this mod to be disruptive in that kind of way. Right, I'm definitely seeing spots that we can put details in here and there. Impulse said I did last year. Oh, the swapper mod. Didn't show it yet. Got ya. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about the swapper mod. Not create, which is so much fun. This is a very cool mod. Seeing Tango fire it up again. He's always the lead. I think last time it was like Tango fired it up and I was like, oh yeah, got to do that again. Got to do that again. Let me just introduce all of Impulse's peeps to what we're doing here. We are playing in creative mode so that we can build an area just full of amazingness. Amazing builds, details, contraptions, quirks, whatever it is, we got it. We got floating polar bears. We got cranes. We got boats that go under bridges, and the bridges open up automatically. It kind of looks like it's stuck in the wrong position at the moment. So yeah, we're also playing with a world border, so we're actually in like a contained area, and the idea is that we, you know, we all focus on making this area very complete and finished before we move somewhere else, and then we'll shift gears. We'll move away from this industrial era looking place, and we'll do a different build style, and we'll include some create contraptions, and it'll all be hooked up with trains, because Garth's been building this massive train yard over here, and we actually have functioning trains going all over the place. Like, they go all around the server. There's this incredible underground area. Look, we've got terraces of houses over here. It's just incredible what's coming together. And yeah, we're doing this all in my Patreon community. There's always some peeps playing on here, and I haven't been able to play for like 6 days. It's been an absolute pleasure to get back on here. And honestly, it doesn't look like I've done a lot, because the create stuff is kind of slow. Doesn't feel like I've done a lot in this stream, but we've done a lot of learning. Like, we're picking up the knack of how things fit together in this mod pack again, learning the ins and the outs and all that kind of stuff. Just sort of looking for ways to add in details at the moment. I'm wondering if this little thing... Anyway, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in chat. Yeah, that looks awful. That's not going to match with that at all. You need like a spruce variant for that. Okay, then this thing doesn't actually need to go all the way over here. Right, but then it does look like heavily floaty, but I think we're getting away with it at the moment. All of this back area over here needs to be kind of done slightly differently. I think... I don't know. Block at a time, really. Just go around until you see something that makes sense. We did some stuff with dyes earlier. We did some stuff with dyes where we have one of these. We just do that, and we don't need it anywhere else. Oh yeah, we do need it over here. Cool. So I'm not quite sure what else this needs. We got some lights that feel like they should probably be more prominent elsewhere. The chute hookup is looking surprisingly okay. And then we got to hide our creative engines. We got a few of them. Let's double up this and get some trapdoors. Trapdoors have been what we've been using to hide them, I guess. They don't have to be fully hidden, just a little bit, you know. Will item swapper mod work with modded inventories like backpacks if it doesn't air? I don't know about... I'm going to just say I doubt it'll actually work with something like a backpack, because we probably haven't coded it to do such a thing. And I don't know how much modded support there is going to be, really. We first implemented this mod in a very sort of vanilla-friendly way, a kind of like wink-wink, nudge-nudge at Mojang of like, you could possibly use this, right? And then from here, we're just going to take it in whatever direction it feels right to go in. And I've seen some things in Create today that have made me think about the interface and like a power play aspect of it, and how far you could really go with a mod like this. And I don't think we should be afraid of now treating it like a modded thing, right? And then really taking it somewhere useful, because this game really like needs its inventory issues addressed. In fact, I was having a chat with Lizard today and just really like getting into the weeds of some of the issues in Minecraft. This game does have its issues, you know? And so I'm kind of at a point where I've played this game for such a long time. I've become quite tired of its inadequacies and its shortcomings, and just kind of feel like this could be so much better, you know? I think I'm going to do that, even though it looks a bit quirky. So, what do we want over this side? We kind of want this thing tidied up. I said we wanted more lights. Tell you what I might do. I might grab this stuff and attach it with these. Just want to get the alignment right, let's say. Maybe if we use this as a guideline here, and go to the opposite side and go there. Like a couple of those off the edge, they sort of look okay, but we need a barrier again, and I don't want to repeat the barrier we got here. This would actually make a great barrier if I could get it to like place where I want it to place, yeah. Then we could put those other blocks. Actually, that's a really nice barrier. And I think it needs some limestone to like break it up a little bit here and there. Look at these little, like the little arrow on the screen. This is again something that like block placing benefits so much from. Really wish Mojang wouldn't be so afraid to change more of the game, you know? Right, a little bit of an unorthodox placement, but, you know, not everything has to be super neat and even all the time, does it? So, then you can have this thing across the top, which, it's been hooked up to that, but it doesn't have a middle click. So, if I middle click on this and go to jungle and then go down there, that gives me access to that one, but I don't want to overdo the use of that. So back to pick block. You remember when Mojang added pick block? That was like a little mini revolution. It was like, oh my god, this is so good, right? They can do other things too. They don't need to be afraid. They can make big changes to this game. Oh, that looks nice. That looks real. That tidies things up. At least on that front. So down here, this is actually like going to be a shop on the other side. And as you can see, we've got some like random light sources so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, at this level, I think we want the ornate window. What mod is for the shelves and stuff? Decorative blocks is that mod. Actually, I was going to use the ornate window. I think I might use the spruce. How does this stack up when you double it? It's like, you got to think about that texture lineup, right? Like, maybe birch. Birch doesn't have windows. Maybe the oak, because we've got some oaky stuff above. That's oh wait, that is partially see-through. I'm going to go with that just because we haven't used it before. It is partially see-through. And I really like how it mixes actually at that level. See, now I'm thinking that in pane form would be amazing. Wait a minute. Oh! My lucky day. We need that recess. That's what we need. That's kind of cool, having like the top bit come out a bit more, but it looks odd. Right, I'm looking at the bars up top now, and I'm thinking that there, this here. Does it work? I think it does. Cool, we've certainly done some good. Certainly done some good over here today. Add in a little bit of this. Beautiful stuff. That is really quite nice, actually. Yeah, I'm loving that. That's really, that's sort of completed that in my mind. And I think we can go a little bit further. Oh dear. Some outdoorsiness on that side. Right, now we've got the slab this. This is a cry for vertical slabs right here. You can just feel it. Vertical slabs right there, that's what we want. Maybe we'll use this. Oh, the lighting just looks so wrong, doesn't it? Do I have any casing on me? Either way, I just need a light source. Maybe one that's not... I'll tell you what, frog lamps. That'll probably go really well in this area. Oh! Well, I was going to put it one further back. So that becomes this very luminous... It kind of looks intentional, this light source like that. Yeah, that's a nice little tidy up. Hey, Cuplex is doing something. That's the block. That's the block. That's the one I was thinking of. Cuplex knows what's up. Chaos Dog says, Crate is so much fun. Can't wait to see more. There'll be more coming, my dude. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that. Yeah. Would it look better with that just there, even though... Look how awkwardly that place is. I struggle to figure that one out. Yeah, I think we'll go with it like that. Yeah, and then who knows? Like around here, all sorts going on, but... Look, we got this little thing built today. I'm just thinking all of this here looks a bit naff, like it needs something more on the floor. But hey, we can do that a different day. Peeps, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit the follow button. Get notified of when I stream again. I don't know what my plans are for streaming from now on, so it'll be whatever it is. Take it a day at a time now. I was glad to get back on it. It'd been like 6 days or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I've enjoyed my time, but it was only going to be 2 hours today. So, big thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thank you to Impulse and Iskal for the raids. Also thanks to all the peeps gifting subs. The mods, the patrons, the people playing on the server y'all are appreciate. And since we've been raided, well, today would be a good day to raid someone else, right? I mean, we always raid someone else. I'll send you over to Joe Hills today, who's doing a bonus Hermitcraft stream. Bonus! Aren't you lucky? Cool. If you need more Minecraft in your life, stick around. But that's it from me, so thank you everyone. Take care.